In 1938, when this snow course was established along the old railroad grade here, the geography is very constant, consistent. There were no trees at that time, so there was no shade. The object was to have 10 sampling stations that were all very similar by nature. And over the years, as you can see, trees have grown up. Now we see a little more variance between the 10 stations. Some are more sunny than others, and so it's reflected in our sampling. But the sampling is always an average of the 10, but it still works out to be as accurate as can be. We're going to get ready to do a sample here. We do 10 of these, 10 different stations that are consistent every year. And this is the core cutter that you can see in there. It takes a sample core of the snow. We look through it, make sure it's clean and there's no snow inside it still. And this is 2 tubes together. And depending on the depth of the snow, we could add 3 or 4 or whatever, but 2 is all we need today. And then the little clamp here that allows us to turn it. That way it's easier to detect the ice layers in the snow, and then we record those as part of the data. We pick an undisturbed bit of snow and we allow its own weight to take it down. There's a cutter edge on the front end of it, and that's what bores through the snow. And I can feel as I go down different layers. This year it seems like there's 4 distinct layers in there, which are usually ice layers. And so we go right down till we hit the ground. Hello. Sorry about that.
That's okay, I can get around.
We're just doing a sample thing here just to share with people. The snow is quite dense at the bottom. It takes a fair bit of cutting. Now I'm detecting some ground here, and that's the depth right there. At this station, it's reading 117 centimeters. Now, I carefully remove it so that we don't lose any of the inner core. And the way I confirm that is by seeing if there is ground here, which there is. There's a sample of the moss and soil. If I remove that and see how thick it is, it's one centimeter about, and I clean all the dirt away so that it doesn't impact the weight. The next thing is we look at the inner core, and you have to look through these slots. It helps to have good vision, which I don't. But it looks like it's about 98 centimeters less 1 for dirt plug. That would be 97 centimeters of the core. Now, why is it different than the actual depth of the snow? It's because as I'm drilling down, it does compress the snow slightly, and so the core is always shorter than the actual depth. The final process is I take the scale, and we already have an empty weight of the tube, which we subtract from the weight that I get on the scale here, and so get it to the balance point here where it can be nice accurate measurement. This is telling me it's 119. So 119 is the weight, which I think is is that grams? Anyway, whatever it is, it's something silly metric anyway. And that's it. Clean the tube out. Make sure that it's clean and ready for the next one, and then we repeat the process 9 more times for all 10 of the stations that are along the snow course here. Take the figures for the 10 stations, average them, and that gives us as accurate measurement as possible. The weight of the snow, the density, that gives data for how much water content is in the snow, and that allows the people who work on the forecasts for the river runoffs and for the reservoir levels, that sort of thing, all through the entire west here are based on these measurements that are taken at numerous stations all over the United States and also BC and the Yukon.
Thank you for watching, and please subscribe, like, hit the notifications. Appreciate your support, everyone. Enjoy the day.